Yo, my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, you get to see my beautiful, beautiful face. Not for long, because there's stuff I want to do. So, today's episode is about, well, I went and did it. Spent on the Tobii Eye Tracker. There we go. So, there she is, all set up ready. I'm just going to show you some of the settings I've set, and yeah, there she is. There's the box that I've got. Sorry about the camera at the moment. I'm using my phone. I don't normally use my camera, so I'm using my phone. So there she is, flashing away. And what I'll do is I'm going to pull this off. It can only go to your bottom of your monitor. So I'm going to pull this off and turn on this, and you'll see this sort of like some Velcros there and there, and that is a metal strip there. And on the back of the Tobii here is sort of like metal magnets. There's magnets here. And what you do is you just, on the magnets, on they go, like that. Perfect, like that. Oh. So she's flashing away there. So something to look at, actually, I'll put the back on, is these white lines here. So you see the white lines, and I'm just going to turn this off again. There we are. So I'm going to bring up the software here. So I would suggest bringing up the software, and what I would do is first I would come to setup display here, and this is what you get here. Now these lines can be moved here, but what they represent is those two white marks I was on about earlier. Just going to put that there. Those two white marks I was on about earlier. If I bring up those white marks again and back on the software here, that display, you'll see that those white marks line up with the arrows there. So that's what you want to do, is line them up. That's why I was saying you're better off bringing up the software first, because once you've done that, then you know that that's calibrated for your monitor itself. So the next thing to do is to improve your calibration. You'll probably get this first, and what you'll do is it sees your eyes, and what you're going to do is look at the dots until they explode. And we'll look at each dot. And then we'll do the same again. And then that'll calibrate your monitor. There we are. Done. So I would set up that first, the software first. And yeah, that's the software itself. The eye thing here that you can see is I've turned that on. That's with the Ghost. It's called the Tobii Ghost down here. Tobii Ghost, and that you can turn that on and off. It's just so you can see where I'm looking. So yeah, so that's what I would do. So there we are. So that's that. Okay, guys. So here we go. So on Star Citizen now, I'm just going to go and look through some of the settings here. So you can see I've still got the eye thing on, so you can see. And as you can see, I'm moving my eyes only, and it's not moving the screen itself. But if I move my head, then it will do. So let's go through some of these settings. I'm going to link this in the description. I'm going to link a video that I went through these settings on. I'm not going to try and explain each one to you. Let you watch this other video, and he explains it. I understood what he was saying in each one, and and it just makes life easier when he's explaining it while you're doing it. But I'll just go through a couple of them with me. So basically, you start on the go to the comms and the VoIP thing here, and then you go scroll down a bit, and you're going to set your source to the Tobii. There's a few different there you can put, but we'll set it to Tobii. That's what we've got, and then we'll just go through some of these settings. So the toggle enable, I think, is set at / to turn it on and off, and then your cockpits and then you other things. So you've got FPS and in your cockpit. Auto recalibrate means it after a while it might go a bit funny where you've been moving around or whatever. It will automatically recalibrate itself. Using it can be disorientating a little bit. It's weird when you first start using it. It just makes you feel a bit funny, but you do get used to it after a while. So auto recalibrate you need to have on, and then we'll go through some. And the main one to look out for is this general toggle disable during FPS. Now, if I turn that to yes, which is what its default set at, and go back and then return to game, you'll see I'm actually moving my head and nothing's happening. So when I first started using it, and somebody else I know, Kilthanis, did the same, and basically it wasn't moving, and we couldn't understand why it wasn't moving, and that was it. It was just that one setting there that we hadn't turned on. So you have to go to this during FPS. So when you're in first person mode, turn that on to no, and then back, and then you'll see you've got movement again. So back to there, and we'll start going down. Disable during ADS. No, so I've disabled mine during mobi-glass, and I've disabled it during interaction mode, and I'll go back in and show you. And the reason is say you're moving around and then you bring up your mobi-glass, you don't want it to be moving around while you're trying to do stuff on your mobi-glass. You just want it to be, you know, that's you don't need any extra movement to look, because everything's there in your mobi-glass itself. And the other one during interaction mode. So if you come up to a monitor like this and you click it, you don't want to it to be moving, because you'll go to select something and it'll end up moving, and your cursor will go with it. So if I turn that on, and you'll see what I mean. So back to there, and back to, I'll turn both of those on. So mobi-glass and interaction, we'll turn them off so they're on. And you see, if I'm trying to select something and I move my head, it's dragging the cursor with it, and so I'm fighting it, trying to select my shape. So that's why I turned it off for that, because you don't want to be fighting it when you're moving your head. You just want the screen to be static if you're looking at some terminals and stuff like that. And again, with the mobi-glass, you don't want it to be moving when you're trying to select stuff. I mean, it's cool, like with the forward and the back and all that stuff, but it moves you away. Like your cursor ends up moving away while you're trying to do stuff. You get a more realistic thing with it like that, but it can be annoying to, you know, to have it on and you're looking around or whatever, and you don't want that, basically. You know, and you're on your skyline or whatever, and you're trying to do stuff, it just becomes annoying. So I don't want that. You can have it on that if you wish to have it on that. So I'm going to turn those back off for me. So disabled. So we'll keep going down. Disabled during inventory again. Yes, I've turned that off as well. Again, so if you're in your inventory, out of there and go to my inventory, I don't want it to be moving while I'm moving, you know, moving stuff around. Right, so let's go through some of these. So you've got two things. You've got your you got a couple of things to look out for. You've got while seated. Oh, that's high. That's why. That's a different thing. The tracking. Yeah. That's a different thing. So what you got to look for here is go back up, head tracking. So these are your face where, and then you got your Tobii here. So your Tobii here, I think I've kept all my settings around here the same. This one you need to look at this gears-based target selection. I'm not too sure it's on by default, but what that is this circle. If you're in a dogfight and you look at a target, it highlights that target for you. So if you had a target there and a target there, you could choose which one you want to highlight, and then you press T on your keyboard and it will target the one you're looking at. Rather than cycling through targets and all that stuff, you can actually just look at it and press T. Look at it, press T. You can choose which one you want to target with your eyes. So that's that one. This seated, again, head input mix with your gaze in here. So basically, input mix the gaze, which means if you move your eyes to the edge of the screen, it'll move the head. And if you have it more towards the head, it will move more with your head than your eyes. And so all these are sort of keep the same. Auto center will keep on as well, and then you also want the recalibrate as well for it to recalibrate. And then we go down to the FPS one. I've got my FPS set to 1 for the head, because if I turn it down to the gaze, I'll show you. And escape that, and then out of that. If I see, I was looking down at my keyboard there. So I'm looking down at my keyboard. I'm not moving my head. I'm just moving my eyes, looking down at my keyboard, and that is one of the reasons I don't like the eye doing mainly eyes. So if I was to bring up the chat, so if I'm running around, again looking at my keyboard and it looks down. If I want to look at chat, it's going to start turning me while I'm trying to read chat. I don't want that. I don't like that. If I'm looking down there, I don't want it to be. I don't want my gaze to be moving my head while I'm looking at stuff on the screen. I'm not actually moving my head. I'm just moving my eyes, and it's just. I mean, it makes you feel sick. So it's better to have mainly head than eyes on your first person. So I'll bring that back down, and then I'll show you the head section. So FPS, and I'll send it all the way over to head, and then back, and then return. And you'll see now I can read my chat, I can look at my stuff. It's not turning my head while I'm looking at stuff that I want to look at, and I can read stuff then. So yeah, you see I'm actually but if I want to move my head, I can move my head, and that's fine. But I can actually read stuff and look at stuff without it moving my camera itself. So that's one setting to look at. And again, there I can look down at my keyboard, and it's not pushing the pushing the head thing down. So yeah, there's that to watch out for. And I think that is it. Oh, so the last two is this yaw and pitch on the FPS, and so they're set the same as this normally, around here and here. And if I show you this, if I move my head side to side, it's got a bit of a drag to it, and if I move it up, it's too fast moving up and down. So what I've done is I've slowed down the up and down, which is the pitch. I slowed that down to about 2.4, and then I turned the yaw, which is left and right, up to about 3.7, 3.8, something like that. And it just means like my head up and down now is a little bit slower, my left and right is a lot faster. So if I'm running along and I want to look at something, I can just quick whip over and look at it. It's so much faster. So them are the only other two that I really changed. So yeah, so I'm going to go up through my settings so you can see them. But I would suggest going through the link in the video in the link and the description, and then seeing what he was doing and setting on that basically. And that's that. So yeah, so I'm going to head I'm going to head over to Arena Commander, and I'm going to leave the eye dot thing on so you can see where I'm looking. But I'm going to head over to Arena Commander and do some Pirate Swarm, and you'll see basically how useful it is having the Eye Tracker. Like if you're landing on a landing pad or into a bay and you need to look down, you can just look down if you've got a glass bottom on your ship, or if you've got to go up in a hangar like in Art Corp, or that you can look up in your ship if you've got a glass top. You can see the hangars open and you've got the room. So there is so many uses to it. So yeah, so I'm going to head over to Arena Commander and we'll see you in there. So here we are, guys, over in Arena Commander. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I've already customized my ship, but I'm going to head over here into single player, and I'm going to click on the Pirate Swarm, and I'm going to choose Broken Moon, not Dying Star. And then I'm going to select my ship. And what I've got is my Nomad, which I bought my pledge ship, which is in game. And then I can customize it using credits, rental credits. So I've got the Arctic Storm coolers like I've got in game. I've got the Slipstream power plant and the FR66 generators, shield generators, and the normal paint and just the normal weapons I have. And the reason I can rent these is because I've got credits that I get from my £10 a month subscription. So I can rent stuff in Arena Commander and that, and Star Marine. So here we go. So I've left the eye dot thing on. Obviously you don't have that when you're playing it normally, but I want you to see where I'm looking and how it tracks the enemies. So here we go. Pirate Swarm.
Swarm initiated.
So here we go. So one thing I'm going to show you is, like, if I'm moving around, I move around my cockpit. And if I look down and push back, see my legs move as I push back. So you're getting the full 3D depth of.
Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
You're getting the 3D depth of this thing, right? So I'm going to switch to my strike forces. I'm going to put a couple of those on. 3 of those on. Let's do this. Right, where are these guys? So you'll see as I look at them, they'll get highlighted, and then I can target them once they get highlighted. So highlight him. There you go. Oh, wasted 3 missiles there.
Target has been destroyed.
Right. Over there. See, when I move my eyes, how it highlights him, and then I press T to, on my D-pad I have a button, on my double up D-pad on my CAD I have lock. Let's go, bring that down.
Missile blocked.
I'm after him. Oh, I think I was controlling that missile with my eyes. Woo!
Missile blocked. Shield hit.
Whoa, see him do his thing then. Hit him. Ah, there he is. So what we got here, an Aurora.
Target has been destroyed.
There we are. That's that. Another one there. Hopefully you don't hear my chair creaking, because I do need a new one. Aim locked. Have I got any more missiles? Yeah, I've got one.
Missile locked. Missiles
Take that after him.
empty.
If I go into first person mode, I can actually direct that, I think, that missile. Off that. Where are you?
Shield hit.
Shield hit, eh? Woo! Yes, we're gonna have you. Fix that back to auto, gimbals. Check on his misreliant. Anna. Keep an eye on his thing. Shield. One of our guys, I think. Oh, that was a close one. Took his wing off.
Has been destroyed.
Killed him. Boom. Oh, looking alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these up.
Hostiles inbound.
It focuses more on them rather than my engines. So you'll see, like, when I go through my targets now, it's him, there, and two more. Target him anyway. And when I've got a couple of more, I'll show you me moving my eyes between the two. Targeting me. Grim. Buccaneer. Is in that bit there.
Target has been destroyed.
Take that. Birds. You see here, I've got him targeted, and I can up a bit more, so I can target him. Target him. Need them more closer together so you can see it. Oh, man. Wait till we get some closer. Let's target the next one. So we've got 3 respawns and we're on wave 2. Do this.
Target
Gladius.
has been destroyed.
Go up here. Come on up here.
Shield
Oh.
hit.
Where was you? Where was you?
Shield
Ah.
failure.
Target him.
Son of a bitch!
You attacked me, mate. Getting out here. Just had something knocked off him. Hopefully he dropped some. Oh, he got me. I don't know if I got him at the same time. Yeah, I think I did.
Stand by for reintegration.
Reintegration. Go.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
We've got Cutlass here.
Contact.
He's spinning out as well, looks like. See, when I look at him, he highlights. That's what I was talking about, basically. Keep going. An eye on that. And there.
Target has been destroyed.
Ooh. Ah.
Shield hit.
Repaired. 1% repair. That. Says I've got missiles, but I don't see them.
Engine systems enabled.
Missiles there. Right. Looking for. Yes. Got a Buccaneer. Target in a minute.
Target has been destroyed.
Remaining.
You gone. That's it.
Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Oh. So if I target him, you see what I was on about now. Whichever one I want to highlight, I look at. And target. What we got here? He's gone. Got an Aurora. Come on.
Shield hit. Target has been destroyed. Shield failure.
His shield off. Make him run.
Target has been destroyed.
Oh, I gotcha. Rim. Another Aurora should be easy enough.
Contact.
Up in a minute. Okay, so
Contact.
Asshole.
Target has been.
whoa, I couldn't get out of that. I was going way too fast. Around. There's no way I was getting away from that. So we
Stand
got
by
2
for
respawns.
reintegration.
On wave 3.
Your journey begins now.
The highest I've got on this is wave 7. Hear him, but can't see him. So I use my head there just to look round. Turn that on. Get him. 3K. Oh, wait.
Son of a bitch!
Target has been destroyed.
Come. Him anyway. Isn't it? So. Round. If one comes up.
Target has been destroyed.
There we go, guys. We're on wave. We're about to start. So, I don't know what's happening with the game. So I'm gonna come out of this game now. I just wanted to show that section for you and the whole looking around and coming backwards and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just brilliant the way you can look around your cockpit and stuff. And up above. So it's good like when you're taking off in a hangar and you've got and the bays are above you, or if you're docking in, the bays are below you. Good. Doesn't look like any more waves are coming. They must have crashed out or something this game. So I'm going to come out of this one and back to the main menu. So yeah, that's that. It's Arena Commander with, and you can see basically where I was selecting, highlighting the targets with my eyes, and then I could select them. It's really handy, so you don't have to look at them like that or cycle through targets. So that's one of the big bonuses with this thing. And the other one obviously is with the head movements and stuff like that. Going into the persistence universe itself and running around and that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We're not affiliated with Tobii anyway, but this bit of kit is making the game really a lot more immersive for us. So yeah, we hope you like this video. If you did like this video, don't forget to take that pointer and tickle that like button. It really does help us out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell notification. More videos as they drop. We hope you liked it, and we'll see you out in the verse.